trying to find them because I don't like using that F10 menu, so I'm trying to find them just from me. What is this? You know, TGP.
There's an SAS squad on the ground pointing them out to you for your F10 map. Oh, I like to think anyway. It's Intel. F10 is Intel.
Hello and welcome back to part 4. Now this is the weathering process, and for this I'm going to be using quite a few bits and pieces, namely Aptalung sepia oil paint along with the X20 thinners, and to firstly do the panel line wash. Now I do the panel line wash basically to bring out the detailing in the actual aircraft surface. Instead of having sort of like a almost blank canvas, this process actually gives it a little bit more of a definition and dimension to the actual kit itself. It almost brings it alive. Now for this I have used a sepia oil paint, but if you want to go darker or lighter, it is entirely up to you. But what I would do is just experiment first on the brightness, the contrast and all the rest of it of the paints, and just look and see which sort of like darkness tone of the panel line wash is best for you. Now for me, I've got a brown and a tan, so I'm going really dark on this one. So just have a look, see what you're doing, see what you like, and just crack straight on with it. Now there are a number of ways you can take the actual oil paint off. One being you could moisten a bit of kitchen towel and basically wipe the surface, leaving the oil paint within the panel lines. Or you can do what I'm doing here, is using a moisten brush with the X20 thinner and gently just going around all separate panels and just gently just taking the oil off. So you're actually leaving some on within the surface and the actual panel line. So it's basically doing two jobs in one, giving you a weathered look and actually doing the panel lines. Now what I'm using here is a Q-tip or a cotton bud, and basically I can take off a little bit more of the oil paint if I think I put too much on. Or if you do it and you take too much off, then the easy thing to do is just to apply some more oil paint and go through the process again. So you're not limited on time, the amount, or anything to do with the actual oil work on a particular kit. So you can take your time and enjoy the process. Right then, that is the first stage of the panel line wash completed. A little bit dirtier, a little bit more pronounced, but I haven't finished there. No. Now what I'm going to do now is basically carry on with some oil work at the rear of the fuselage, where it is prominent where the exhaust output is, I believe, and also on the sides and eventually the underneath. So we are going full hog on this one. We're going top, bottom, everywhere. So the process is pretty much the same, using the oils, but for this one, as you can see just in the background there, I was using a dark wash from MiG Ammo. Okay, so I'm swapping between the oil paints from Abteilung and MiG Ammo's products. Now a really good area to actually do the weathering is the walkways on the top side of the fuselage. Now obviously these will be dirtied by crew members, ground crew, pilots coming in and out of the aircraft on the port side, and all entendres from the outside as well, as in the weather. So you can go as bat crazy as you want with this one. It is entirely up to you, but it is quite a sort of like focal point, so don't leave it out. Have a go, make it dirty, because we all know we like a dirty bird. Now, with the side of the fuselage and the underneath, I did decide to go a little bit darker, which is using the dark wash from MiG Ammo. Now, again, as you can see, this is a particularly very dark brown, almost bordering black. And basically, I wanted to make sure that, obviously, that you can see the amount of weathering and the process that it's gone through. But also give that a little bit more of a definition, because being on the grey, it is going to stand out a lot more than it is on the top surfaces. So bearing in mind, if you want to go that far, then yeah, really go for a dark wash. Now for this part here, naturally around where the engine will be, you are going to get a lot of stainage, a lot of wear and tear, a lot of greasy hands and all that kind of stuff, all over the panels, and that is exactly what I've gone for here. Really dirty, so it really does show that this aircraft is being used. So with the main airframe out of the way, it was time to look at the actual undercarriage, or the undercarriage bays. Now again, I'm using the same type of wash, although this one is called landing gear wash. And what I'm doing is I'm using a AK Interactive thinner, because the actual wash itself is from the same company. Now with this, you can just pop it on, and the actual thinners will make the actual wash spin off in all directions into all the nooks and crannies, so you can basically guarantee you are going to get coverage. And again, it's a simple process of just using a moistened brush to get in there and take out what you want and leave the actual rest. For that is entirely up to you. So, just moving away slightly from the weathering process, is this little quick handy tip. Now, on the undercarriage doors, there is a red sort of like, I don't know, border around the actual doors. Now, for this, I'm using a red permanent marker, or Sharpie, or whatever you've got. And basically all I do is I run it around the edges of where the red paint would be, and it gives you that authentic look. Now, you could paint them with a brush, or you could mask them and airbrush them. It's entirely up to yourself, but this is a very quick and handy way of actually getting it sorted, getting it done, out of the way. And yeah, to be honest, I think it looks rather good. It's quick and easy, just like me, so it's, you know, I'm more than happy to do this way. But again, if you've got your own way, you can crack on. But yeah, I'll stick with this one, please. with that all sorted, all it was now time for was to stick the actual undercarriage doors onto the Hornet. Now, as you know, there are quite a few doors that need to be put on, and it is all a question of just taking your time and just using CA glue, which is, well, it does dry quicker and a bit stronger, but again, just take your time and yeah, just make sure you put the right doors on the right side. Yeah. Anyway, enough of that. Anyway, I just want to say thank you very much for watching these videos, and especially subscribing. If you haven't subscribed already, then please do so. It would be a huge help to the channel. So with that, and me just sticking the last bits and pieces on, I will bid you farewell, and I will see you on the next video. So take care, happy flying, happy modelling, and I'll see you soon. Ta-da!